Hey friends out there, I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things that have been weighing on my mind. So, growing up, people tell you, "Oh, wow, you could do anything you set your mind to." Hmm, I wouldn't try out for that team if I were you. That's really, really hard. Or, how about this one? You're so smart. Oh my gosh, you're just so intelligent. Oh, you know what? Don't take that test for that college. It's really, really hard. Or this one. Women, you're so strong. You don't need men. You're just the best all by yourself. You don't need a man. You could do anything you set your mind to. You can do anything you want to do. You can be anything you want to be until you get pregnant. And then they say, "Oh no, you're pregnant. You can't do that by yourself. That's really hard. You should have an abortion." What happened to all the encouragement that they touted at you? How smart you are, how amazing you are, how you can do anything you want to do until you're pregnant. Now you can't do anything that you want to do. Now you can't raise a child by yourself. I kind of agree with that part. Except, here's the thing. I'm a single mom. And I will tell you right now, I'm not alone. I don't raise my child alone, and I never did. I'm not even talking about friends or family. I'm talking about I don't have a husband on this earth. My child doesn't have a father involved on this earth. God is my husband, and He provides everything that we need. My daughter's father is God, and He is there when she needs a little lesson. And I'm praying to Him and I'm saying, "Oh Lord, she's driving me bat crazy today. I really need something to come in and drive my points home to her because I can't." And something will happen that oh, now I see the error in my ways. So He's really there being that father, putting those things in place. But you've got to invite Him in. He's a gentleman. He's not just going to come diving in and save the day. If you don't want Him, He's not going to do it. He's just going to stand back and be really heartbroken for you because He loves you. You think He doesn't know you? He knows you. He knows your unborn baby. He loves you. He loves your baby. He has a purpose for you, and He has a purpose for your baby in this world. Now, everybody says, "Oh, well, where is God?" You know something? We fund death. Our tax money pays for Planned Parenthood to murder our children and your souls. Okay? All of our souls. And when you're told, "Oh, why don't you fund this for life?" "Oh, well, I don't like to do donations." Then you shouldn't say anything about where is God, because you have to be a co-heir with Him and work with Him. You are a co-worker with Christ in this world. So if you want to see change, you need to be that change. You need to fund life. You need to say, "Hey, I'm going to talk to that woman who looks really scared over there," and not be afraid to say, "Hey, how are you doing? Are you okay?" And let them pour their heart out to you and lead them to the truth. Lead them to the places that can help them. I wasn't raised Catholic. I wasn't even really raised with any real religion. I had no instruction growing up. God came into my life in a huge way when I needed Him more than anything in this world. And let me tell you, we all need Him more than anything in this world, whether things are going well or they're not. And when He came in to my life, everything changed. Am I a perfect person? No, nowhere near it. I'm a sinner. But that's the amazing thing. He loves me the way that I am, but too much to leave me that way. So a lot has changed, and a lot of growth has happened. Praise Him. But we need to be that change. We need to fund life. We need to speak up. We need to speak out. We need to not be afraid, because if we're afraid, nobody is going to get the message. And you can't just keep preaching to the choir and talking about it at church. These people know that. You got to go outside of the church and start talking to people and inviting them into this truth. We need to invite them into the truth. Speaking of truth and lies, here's another lie for you. This whole Black Lives Matter movement. Yes, Black lives do matter. So do white lives, so do Asian lives, so do fetus lives. Life matters. But people, you're being used by those who want communism and socialism. They are pushing this Black Lives Matter, fueling this fire to get rid of the police department. Please study your history. This was done in a different way, but done in Nazi Germany. This is how Hitler took over. He got rid of the police department. They were attacking the Jews, were less than human. So just like fetuses, okay? It's okay to kill them because they're not people, right? They're not real. So that mentality got pushed in and people were turning a blind eye to it. 6 million Jews were murdered, slaughtered. And so many people turned a blind eye. Thank God, not everybody. Otherwise, it would have been even worse. But this is how Hitler infiltrated and took over. He got rid of the police. They attacked religion, any organization that might speak out against him and against their regime. Well, this is what's happening now in our streets. Let's get rid of the police department. No! Let's maybe add some better training to help them help us. To keep the police safe and the community safe as best they can. Not taking money away, defunding police, and working our way towards such a hatred of the police that they won't be able to come and help us anymore. Why? So that the socialist regime can then take over. When they take away our right to bear arms, it's in the Constitution. You can't do that. Okay? It's our Second Amendment right here. I hope I'm right about that. My history sucks today. Anyway, but it's our right to bear arms, okay? For this reason, when our government was founded, when our founding fathers started this country, they wanted that in our rights so that we would not be at the mercy of our government. Oh, and taxes, okay? Not against taxes, okay? We put in our money and it pools around and we can pay for things. But let me ask you something. When was the last time you got to vote on the tax you're paying and where it's going to? I, as a Catholic, I don't want to fund public school. I want to fund the Catholic schools with my tax money. Let the secular community who wants to fund public school with their taxes. But where's my choice? I don't want to fund Planned Parenthood. I want to fund crisis pregnancy centers, which, by the way, will help you just about every step of the way without leading you to abortion, without leading you to murder your child. I want to fund the Sisters of Life, who also take in expectant mothers and help them get on their feet so that they can support themselves and that child. They walk with them every step of the way. But guess what? They can't do it without our funding, without donations, without our help. We are the church. We need to help. We need to set the example. We need to set the precedent here. So I'm asking you all, anyone with a good moral compass, Catholic or not, Christian or not, Jewish, whatever you are, if you have a good moral compass and you love God above and you love people, then you need to start speaking out against the atrocities that are happening. Planned Parenthood has a stake in the transgender ideology too. It leads into their entire get rid of the human race plan. Because are there transgender people who truly have like something in their brain that makes them feel this way? Probably. Do we have as many as are out there now? No, they're pushing this ideology onto 5-year-olds in the public schools. So their minds are being taken over by these thoughts, and you get a bunch of kids who all of a sudden think, gee, maybe I was born in the wrong body. No, honey, you weren't. You're just fine the way you are. But the problem is, before these kids even get a chance to learn and grow, like I have tattoos. I got them when I was like 18 and 21. I can tell you now, at 35 years old, I wish I didn't have them. I'm not the same person I was when I was 21 and when I was 18. My ideas are not the same as they were then. And you don't become really who you are until about the age I am now. So getting kids that young into thinking that maybe they were born in the wrong body, And then they turn 21 and 25 and they realize, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. But they've already taken puberty blockers at 12 and 13 years old. So they've damaged their bodies and their systems there. They took hormone replacement therapy for the opposite gender or the opposite sex. And then it's too late to really reverse the effects. And guess what? Most of them, even if they reverse the effects as far as looking more like their original gender or sounding more like their original gender, they cannot have children. Does no one else see that the entire goal, which is insane to me that any human being would have this goal, but human beings seem to have the goal of ending the entire human race. It's from the enemy. The enemy hates creation. He hates us. You need to speak out, speak for life, speak truth, and speak it with love, because I gotta tell you, maybe I sound a little harsh here, but I love all of you. I don't know you, but I love you. Why? Because God, my Father, created